On the 10th anniversary of our relationship, my boyfriend secretly arranged a grand wedding for my cancer-stricken best friend. Part 2. When I looked up, my expression was flat, my gaze emotionless. What is it? I asked. Ray looked mildly annoyed, though he didn't seem to know why. Before he could say more, his phone rang again. Glancing at the screen, he looked back up at me. Trina, I'll be on a business trip for a few days. I won't be back for a while. You take care, I replied casually, thinking that his absence would make it easier for me to visit the Hall family and say my goodbyes. The next morning, I gathered the gifts I'd prepared and made my way to the Hall family home. When Mrs. Hall heard I was returning to Seattle, her eyes filled with concern. Trina, what happened? You've settled so well here in Boston. Why leave so suddenly? Mr. Hall, on the other hand, slammed the table in frustration. And where is Ray? Why didn't he come with you? Did he mistreat you? I hesitated, but I couldn't bring myself to tell them everything. No, nothing like that. It's just that I've been away from home for so long. I'd like to go back and reconnect. Mrs. Hall looked at me with concern. Does Ray know you're planning to go back? To keep things simple, I nodded. Yes, he knows. With that, everyone seemed to understand there was no convincing me to stay. After exchanging a few more words, I stood to leave. Just then, the front door swung open, and there stood Ray, Elena beside him, her expression calm and assured. Trina, what a surprise to see you here, she said with a smile, as if she were already a part of the Hall family. I held her gaze, my voice steady. I don't need to explain to you why I'm here. With that, I brushed past Ray, heading for the door. Realizing I was leaving, Ray quickly followed, his voice urgent. Trina, you've got this all wrong. I only brought Elena here so my parents could help her find a good doctor. He paused, as if trying to appeal to reason. She's also your best friend, after all. You're not upset, are you? I paused for a brief moment, his words fading as memories flooded back, his promise to me under the cherry tree when he was 18. He had said that marrying me was his lifelong dream. He once promised he'd bring me home to meet his parents as his future wife, but here he was, introducing another woman to the Hall family while telling me he was on a business trip. Seeing the anticipation in Ray's eyes, I replied calmly, why would I care? I've never been the type to hold grudges. People who aren't worth it don't deserve my concern. Ray looked momentarily taken aback. Trina, do you really not care at all? He was impossible to please. When he and Elena were close before, he called me narrow-minded for being upset. Now that I chose to ignore it, he still wasn't satisfied. I saw no point in explaining myself. Without another word, he leaned down and pecked me on the forehead. Be good and wait for me at home, he said softly. As the elevator doors closed, I wiped my forehead. The gesture left me feeling sick. On our 10th anniversary, Ray had also dodged me with some excuse about a business trip. That night, I received a video call request from Elena. When the call connected, I could hear the lively sounds of a wedding celebration, and it slowly dawned on me, the wedding was Ray and Elena's. 3 months ago, Elena had announced her terminal diagnosis on social media with a post that read, before I die, I want a wedding with the person I love most. At the time, I hadn't sensed anything amiss between us, and even left a comment asking who this special person was. She had simply replied, you'll find out when the time comes. Learning the truth felt like a knife twisting in my chest, leaving me breathless with pain. Desperately, I dialed Ray's number, calling again and again, wanting to understand why he had done this to me. But that night, he didn't answer a single call. I cried until I passed out while he was spending his wedding night with Elena. Thankfully, it would all be over soon. Later, after I had returned home, Elena called. Trina, I'm really sorry. I honestly didn't expect to run into you today. I just let out a bitter laugh and said nothing in return. Elena took a deep breath, her tone laced with envy. Mrs. Hall is so wonderful. She was so kind and caring toward me, she said. They even said they'd do everything they could to find the right doctor for me. She paused, then lowered her voice. Trina, why couldn't it be me marrying into the Hall family?